You ever notice how reels feel halal at first until they don't? You watch a gym video, then it's like a clean lifestyle video, and then it's like an Islamic reminder, and then all of a sudden it's girls, music, and hours wasted. You tell yourself it's not that bad, but then salah feels empty, your dhikr feels dry, and then you realize Instagram is not just killing your time, it's killing your connection with Allah. In this video, I'm gonna show you step by step on how to escape this Instagram Reels rabbit hole before it kills your Iman. My name is Jan Ahmed and I make Muslim brothers go from little gooners to actual masculine men who have ambitions and who want to strive for the sake of Allah. So if you want that, subscribe and join the RYK revival. This revival is literally for young men who want to get rid of the distractions, desires, and doubts and lock in on striving for the path of Allah, improving their salah, improving their Quran, and improving their connection with Allah. And the first link in the description is literally a step-by-step way on how to quit your bad habits forever. Now let's get into the video. So point number one, we've all heard that, phrase. It's called FOMO, F-O-M-O, and it stands for fear of missing out, and we use this term for fear of missing out of parties, fear of missing out on this event, fear of missing out on trying to hang out with this type group of people. FOMO, and this FOMO is generally used for social media. Social media is like, oh, if I delete my social media, I'm gonna have FOMO. How do I know what's being updated? How do I know what's going on in my world? And you follow these celebrities, you follow these athletes, these public figures, so you don't feel that fear of missing out, so you know what they're up to. Why don't we use this FOMO to reconnect with Akhirah and not the dunya? Instagram traps you with FOMO, but what if we flip that around? You know what I mean? So we can create this Akhirah FOMO, we can create this Jannah FOMO. And so instead of having this FOMO of partying, these girls, these events, why don't we have that FOMO, that fear of missing out on Jannah, the one thing that actually matters? Why don't we have that FOMO of that? So let's just flip this around. This Instagram Reels, it's not a physical thing. Like, it's not, no one's coming to your house and bashing you in the head or nothing. You know what I mean? It's all a mental game. There's one quote by Salah ad-Din. It's like, if you want to destroy a nation, make zina amongst the young men widespread. And that's exactly what's happening nowadays. Instagram Reels is mentally destroying your deen. It's mentally destroying your lifestyle. So we need to fight mental with mental. If you can change our mindset, we'll be able to defeat these other mindset, mental warfares. Do you know what I mean? So our mindset now is going to be Akhirah FOMO. The fear of missing out on the goodness in the hereafter, on Jannah. So every time you're tempted to scroll, be like, I'm missing out on good rewards. I'm missing out on Jannah. Someone my age, someone in my area is using this opportunity to get closer to Allah, and here I am scrolling like a weirdo. You know what I mean? Have this fear of missing out on proper things. You can take these ideologies that are haram, fear of missing out on partying, but you can flip that for something good. Every time you're wasting time, every time you're on your bed, you come home from a long day at school, you come on your bed, you're sitting down, fans on, summer's out, and you just grab your phone. Think to yourself, I'm missing out on Jannah. I'm missing out on rewards. I could be reading Quran, I could be learning about my religion, I could be making dhikr, I could be praying. Man, I could be cleaning the house. I could be getting any types of rewards, but here I am, I'm sitting like a weirdo. Don't be doing that. Don't be scrolling and wasting your time. You're missing out on good rewards. Hasten, go fast towards good deeds. Think to yourself, imagine to yourself, what if this scroll session is the reason I missed out on Jannah? What if this scrolling session is the reason I missed out on these good rewards? And most of the time, don't be trying to lie to yourself, okay? We're not lying to ourselves. Most of the time, what you scroll gets you sins. Okay? How come? There's music, sin. There's probably girls, non-mahram, aura showing. Another sin. Okay? There's partying, free mixing, you're not lowering your gaze. Third sin. Bro, it's just, it's like a treadmill, bro. It's like a treadmill bicycle, just sins on sins on sins. That scroll session that you do willingly might be the reason you miss out on good deeds. Might be the reason you don't learn this thing about your religion. Might be the reason you miss out on Jannah. You know, there's seven layers to there's seven layers to Jannah, right? What if the scroll sessions that you do made you miss out on like one of the levels, you know? Because you were scrolling, because you were on your bed and missing out on all these good habits, good deeds, good actions, you missed out on like this certain level of Jannah. It sounds intense, of course, but we need this visualization to hit us. We need these types of mindset. We need these types of like mental strategies to safeguard us from the distraction nowadays. If you're addicted to Instagram reeling, if you're addicted to doom scrolling, right? It wouldn't make sense for you to go for a swim or in some cold Antarctica lake. You're still gonna be addicted to scrolling. It's not like, you know what I mean? It doesn't work. We need practical steps. This is one of the best practical steps. Have the fear of missing out constantly, bro. You know, this is not a one-time thing. Okay, you just wake up at Fajr, you have this, and then bang, you're set for the rest of your life. No, you need to constantly do stuff to get in the habit. Same thing with Salah. Same thing with Quran. You don't just pray one day 5 times and now you're set for your whole life. No, you pray 5 times a day, every single day. So it builds discipline. It builds you closer to Allah. It improves your mental being, your spiritual being, your physical being. You do something constantly, so it improves you. So you need to be constantly doing this FOMO, this akhirah FOMO. So it can actually be engraved in your heart, engraved in your mind. And bro, think about it, right? If you stay consistent on this, you're gonna improve as well too. Now, point number 2. Every time you scroll, your enemy gets bigger. Now, when you first started scrolling, when you first started doing a bad habit, right? But for this video, we're gonna talk about just doom scrolling, because this is a new fitna. This is a new problem that, you know, people 40 years ago didn't have. This is a problem, by the way. This is literally frying your brain. It's comparing you to fake ideologies, fake lifestyle. You know, comparison is a thief of joy. You're constantly comparing, you're constantly feeling depressed, you're constantly feeling anxious, stressed because of your doom scrolling. And God knows there's probably like hundreds of bad effects to doom scrolling. But when you first started doom scrolling, when you first started, you know, getting this habit, it was probably like maybe 1-2 reels and then you probably got off, you know. 1-2 reels, you probably got off. Or it was probably like, you know, you started scrolling at the end of a hard day and then you started scrolling. So your enemy was super small, you were super tiny then, right? But as time went on, you started scrolling throughout your homework sessions, you started scrolling in class, you started scrolling like, you know, right after Salah, so your enemy is going bigger. We scroll like consequences aren't real because they're invisible. So we need to make them visible. We need to make our consequences visible. There needs to be consequences for your actions, bro. You are destroying yourself. No one is doing it for you. No one forced you to have Instagram. No one forced you to have TikTok. No one's forcing you to scroll. No one's like grabbing your hand and, you know, pointing your fingers like this. No, it's all on you. So you need to make your consequences visible. No, visualize a small circle. Small circle. You know, this is your enemy. So, and every time you scroll, it gets bigger. It starts growing arms, starts growing, you know, legs, starts getting red. Because that's what it is, bro. Your nafs is, you know, it sounds childish, bro. What is this guy talking about? But it is what it is, bro. This is how it is. Every time you sin, you get a black dot on your heart. Every time you sin, your nafs gets bigger. Shaitan has more of a control over you. It sounds corny, but this is literally what's happening to you, bro. Shaitan gets bigger, your nafs gets bigger, your desires get bigger, and, you know, it becomes more uncontrollable. You get black dots on your heart. Like, buddy, what are you gaining? You're not even watching the reels properly. Your attention span is literally fried. You do 2 seconds and then you swipe to the next one. So don't give me that like, oh, I'm learning something. You literally just like, it's like a finger workout, bro. I don't know what you're doing. Every time you miss Quran days because of scrolling. You miss Salah because of scrolling. You miss your dhikr after Salah because of scrolling. Your enemy gets bigger. Your enemy gets bigger. And bro, when it gets bigger, of course it's gonna be harder for you to take it down. It's gonna be harder for you to take it down. If you want to stop scrolling, you can't do it all in one attempt. You need to do it one by one, one by one. That's how it is. It's like, you know, slow, slow, slow. Leveling it down. You need to level it down. That's literally what I teach you in the first link in the description. How to quit your bad habits. It's all about doing it one step at a time, bro. I literally go over step by step, practical ways. Everything from root causes to cause and effect to everything. It's literally so cheap too, bro. It's like 13, 14, 15 bucks. Like you can literally buy a shirt that's more expensive than this, and it's gonna save your Imaan. So what you need to do every time you want to scroll is make a saved folders. There's saved option on TikTok, on Instagram too, right? And fill that saved album, saved folder with all the beneficial reels. You come across an Islamic reminder, you put that reel in that saved folder. Okay, you put like this gym video in that saved folder. So every time you have that, every time you have this like temptation of trying to scroll, you just go to that save folder, and now you're actually learning. Not only is it going to be like a limited amount of saved reels and TikToks, but you're also going to be gaining something. You're also going to be benefiting something. It's better than just mindlessly looking at girls and music and stuff, you know? You're actually learning something this time. So bro, this is literally like how you can escape the Instagram Reels rabbit hole. That's destroying your Iman. That's destroying your connection with Allah. I literally go over this step by step in so much detail. So my bro, akhi, listen, it's possible, you know, it's definitely possible, but you need to be able to put the effort in. If you benefited, please subscribe and join the RYK Revival. It's literally for young Muslim men like you who want to get rid of the desires, distractions, and doubts, and actually make an impact in the world. Good impact in the world. Spreading good character. Spreading, you know, da'wah. Spreading, you know, kindness, respect to the world. Getting closer to Allah. Getting closer to their proper purpose in life, which is وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. To actually just worship Allah. That's our purpose. That's what the RYK Revival is for. So if you want to join that, my bro, hit the subscribe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.